It's time to acquire the Spire.
What?
Acquire the Spire.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is time. Well, no, I don't think we're actually doing Spires in this route, are we? Because, hi everyone, welcome back. We're playing Maddy's Path now.
Hell yeah.
We heard you. Everyone was really sad and disappointed in us that we didn't pick the gays that time. And I understand it's kind of out of character for the channel to throw a bone to the straights, but I thought it was important, you know. And I think it's time we correct this injustice and play through Maddy's Path.
Alrighty.
Maddy's, no, Patty?
No.
Math.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. It's been a couple weeks on our end, so I don't even remember what do you remember what voices we gave to people?
Yes.
Awesome.
Kinda.
Oh, better than I. Lord, grant me the strength to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Well, all right then. Is it... So, the way you described it, it made it seem like these would just drop us in right from the branch point. I do have a save there in case it doesn't, but...
I'm gonna guess that's exactly what it does.
Alright, just gotta make sure you have the... So, with August, we got a lot of interesting stuff in background about that, about the, not background about the Batailles, but, about more of the circumstances surrounding the contingency, what exactly happened, what might have happened to the town, and what it had been like before then. A lot more of those weird kind of, strange, trying to get some answers behind those strange goings-on, and we failed at getting answers in them, largely. I wonder what Maddy's...
But we explored a cool building.
We did, and we fucked in the cool building, too.
As one does.
I mean, if I ever found a really weird building, first thing I would want to do is be like, hey, you and me, you want to go to the Bone Zone?
The first thing you do when you find an eldritch location is some eldritch boning.
Exactly.
I've been led to believe this by certain works of video gamage and literature.
Yeah, certain circles. If I'm being honest, there's only one person in Bataille that I trust to help me with this investigation, and not kill me. My relationship with Maddy started off on the wrong foot, but I see now that she was only being manipulated by the Bataille family. If she wants to help, and I want her help. I write down Maddy's name on the letter and seal it up. I'm still not even sure if I'm going to deliver, but if there's anyone coming with me for this adventure, I want it to be Maddy. Once I'm done, I head to the living room where she's waiting for me.
Okay, Erica, who did you pick?
Who do you think I picked? You, of course.
Really? You're not just messing with me?
I know the Batailles assigned you to help me so that you could disrupt the investigation, but I also know that wasn't your fault. Ever since we started to figure out what was really going on around here, you've been the only person I can really trust. Well, you and August. And he is a serial killer, so you should see him at breakfast. Practically murders that bowl in the morning.
You have no idea how happy this makes me.
I don't understand what you mean. Don't go thanking me just yet. This is going to be hard and dangerous work. And you know what we're up against. You know what? Now that we're doing Maddy Route officially, I gotta wonder, what's the weird eldritch location we're gonna bone in this time? Do you think we can find a space out of space or something? I think that would work pretty well. Julian manipulated you. He used your addiction against you. He drank from you. There's no telling what he'll do when he realizes that we're gonna stand against him. I won't rehash all of our Maddy theories because we've gone over it, but there's also the theory we had that it might not have been as non-consensual as it seemed at first. Right? That this might have been a tit for tat thing.
I don't know. I still don't so much see it.
Yeah, I don't. It's a possibility though that there might be a reason why she might have a job or something beyond what we see here. Anyway.
All of that is why I want to bring him down.
I'm not even sure if that's what we're doing. Our job is to find the missing kids. Second to that, we have to understand what the BRS is doing. Maybe that means taking down the Batailles. Maybe it doesn't.
I hope it does.
But either way, we're going to be in danger.
I'm ready.
Before I can head out to drop off the letter, Stacy enters the room. Maddy and I both freeze up.
I heard what you were saying. What do you think you're up to, Erica?
I'll thank you to address me by my full name.
No, I'm mad.
Shit. Well, all right.
We're going to show the town exactly what the Bataille family is up to. But they're a respectable family. Maybe you shouldn't stick your nose in their business.
The Batailles aren't what you think they are. They're
vampires.
I was going to be a bit more subtle than that, Maddy, but I guess we've come out with it.
Vampires? They drink blood. They drink my blood. Is this some kind of twisted joke?
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Let's slow down for a minute. Stacy, I know this is a lot to absorb, but...
Madeline, you haven't been using again, have you? Don't you dare try to bring that up just like they did. Why not? You're a former drug addict. It's just the truth, ain't it?
Oh, okay.
Why, you?
You know what, Maddy? Yeah, you can have this one.
Thank
Sorry,
you.
Stace. Sorry, Stace. Hold on. The last thing I want us to have to arrest one of you. One of you. Stacy, it's true. The Batailles appear to be vampires. They drink blood, usually from the clinic. Sometimes they take it directly from the source. You're the one who tried to convince me that demons roam outside the towers, Stacy. What if demons dwell inside of Bataille as well?
But that can't be right.
You know what? Actually, I came up with an idea. We don't know if we're pronouncing the name of the town correctly, so how about just to achieve some level of stasis here, we pronounce it a different way for this playthrough. What if there are demons inside of Bataille as well?
I believe you mean battles.
That's going... All right, yeah, sure, battle.
The Bataille family has always been here.
The what family?
So when did they become vampires?
We don't know. Even they don't seem to know much about their past.
You talked to them about this? Don't know much about your roommate, do you?
I kept it quiet. For now, I'm trying to follow Mayor Ward's lead. We shouldn't start a panic without a plan of how to proceed. And I'm still trying to figure that out.
I need to lie down.
Reasonable. Just as quickly as she appeared, Stacy retreats upstairs.
Is she going to be a problem?
I don't think so. She respects the battles. But I think that's... What's up? What's wrong, Maddy? Something wrong? I'm pretty sure it's always been pronounced that way, so I don't know why you're making a weird fuss about it. Pretty sure we've always said battles. But I think that's more about the train than the people themselves.
So, she's a train person?
She's pretty fixated on it.
That could come in handy.
Oh, what do you have in mind?
The train is the key to all this, isn't it? You heard what the mayor said before. It keeps this town alive. Until we understand how it works, we can't do anything about the Batailles because we need food and supplies.
Who?
The Batailles.
Who?
The Batailles.
I don't know. Oh, the battles! Why didn't you just say so? You're not wrong.
But I'm getting ahead of myself. I want to start smaller.
I'm listening.
This letter you just signed, it was the third letter we need to think about, right?
Third letter?
The second came in the train a few days ago, telling us that Jessica and Gary had left Bataille. We don't know where that came from. We don't know where your letter came from, but the first one, I planted it in the cabin, remember? It was the invitation from the BIS to Jessica and Gary. We know where that came from.
You planted it?
That's what we had figured, right?
Right. Yeah, sorry. Okay, sorry. She meant like where she got it to plant it for. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got it. Sorry. I was a step behind. That's on me.
I put it there under the influence of Julian Bataille.
That wasn't your fault.
I know that, but that's not my point. If I was needed to plant the first letter, doesn't this cast doubt on the other letters? Sure, I didn't put them where they were found, but maybe someone else did.
And we already very heavily... Wait, didn't we get the confirmation in the other route that Charlotte was the one that just, placed and read out the letter from the train?
Did we? She admitted to being in charge of this letter.
I gotcha.
I don't remember the specifics. Maybe she admitted that one again, but she did insist that the BRS was real
Okay.
and that she wasn't responsible for all of it.
Gotcha.
Which still seems very suspect, given that like
right.
all of the ones we've seen are sus.
Yeah, and what would be the point then? If they're real but not sending out the letters, how would you know they're real? What are they doing then?
I don't know.
Anyway, you seem to have a plan.
Once you drop off that letter, we confront Julian about the first one.
And it will also be interesting to see whether or not the task is the same as it was in August route.
Yeah, I bet
Because
it won't be.
we also suspected maybe he had some tampering with it, but
I don't think so.
yeah. You think it was just Charlotte? Well, the reason we suspected it was because it seemed to be perfectly tailored to what he wanted to investigate.
Yeah?
But we instead it's Charlotte being like, "Oh, this is who you're going with, huh? Let's make you do something."
I didn't get any sense of that when we played it.
Okay, so you think we'll get the same?
No, I think it'll be different. I
Okay.
think we'll get a different one for each route, but I just didn't get any sense that it had anything to do with the people involved tampering.
Okay.
We know he forced me to put it in the cabin. Maybe we can learn something from him.
He won't cooperate.
Maybe not, but I have some ideas about how to make him compliant. I just need to go home and get some supplies. I'll meet you after you drop off the letter at the train station.
That's the most threatening sentence I've ever heard you say.
Thank you.
Are you sure you don't want me to come with?
Thanks for the offer, but I'm sure. Trust me on this, Erica. I have a plan that's going to fuck Julian over.
Oh, all right. We're using big girl words now. That's awesome. So in the train, right? It'll be in the train.
What?
Where this route's poorly placed sex scene is going to be?
Maybe.
In the train?
It could be.
What if we kissed inside of the train that no one knows where it comes from and we were both girls?
JK, unless...
Sherika, what are you doing? What do those words mean? Erica on her Tumblr being like... After we drop the letter at the station, I meet up with Maddy near the base of the hill, and we head towards the Bataille mansion. I notice that Maddy is trembling. Are you ready to explain your plan to me? How will you make Julian Bataille cooperate with us? I understand why you're scared to face him, but if this is too hard for you, we could take a step back and re-strategize.
No, I want to do this. I just need to get the drop on him.
You're no longer as confident as you were earlier. Alright. He's a vampire.
And?
I don't know all of his abilities, but based on what I've seen so far, vampires can move with superhuman speed. We don't know how observant or strong he is. This isn't some petty criminal we can trick into a secluded corner.
He likes you.
What? Sorry, what?
That's my idea. We play off of that.
How do you know he likes me?
Well, of course he does. Why wouldn't he? I mean...
Maddy?
Just listen to me. Trust me. Do you trust me?
I wonder what the right answer is here. There's no way to know what the right answer is.
It'd be really funny if the answer was no.
Oh, phew. I wrote your name on that letter for a reason. Out of all the people in Bataille, you're the one I trust the most. You sure it's pronounced that way? I feel like I remember it being pronounced a different way. Just the darndest thing.
Thank you. That really means a lot to me.
Aww. When'd she smile?
But if you trust me, then don't make me explain just yet. I'd rather not.
Why not? Don't you want me to be prepared?
I like to improvise, go with the flow. Let's not overthink it.
I like to plan ahead and consider every angle.
Well then, I guess it's a good thing we're partners. We'll balance each other out.
Suddenly, we both start laughing.
Woo!
My stomach is in knots, but I don't know what to do about it other than to keep laughing. All right, we'll do it your way. This time. Next time we'll make a plan A and then a plan B and maybe even a plan C. Are we agreed on this?
Let's just see how this goes first. Your job right now is to distract Julian while I sneak up on him. Julian knows you're investigating the BRS, right? Tell Julian that you chose him as your partner.
Ooh, but he won't fall for that if Charlotte is talking to him.
But is Charlotte talking to him?
That's right. I don't know if Charlotte is talking to Julian about this. Now you're really losing me.
He won't expect it. Tell him that you want his help.
And what does that accomplish?
It'll confuse him. It'll put him off guard. It'll let you lure him out of the mansion if you're lucky.
Then what happens?
Then I nailed that son of a bitch.
He's a vampire. Did we forget about the part where he's a vampire?
I didn't say how hard I'd nailed that son of a bitch.
Oh, fair enough. What did she go back to her apartment to get?
Tools!
I'm sorry, you have to do it from outside the...
Tools! I brought a surprise tool that'll help us later.
What is it with you and tools? The second oh, you know what? It makes sense. We're on the gay route. No, that makes total sense. Maddy would have a suite of tools ready to go. The second I approach the door, Maddy slips away into the shadows of the night. Where are you going?
Shh.
She starts rummaging through her purse, then steps backwards into the darkness near the mansion wall, behind the entrance to the foyer. I knock at the main entrance. As I wait, I remember how Liam was utterly convinced that Charlotte wanted to kill me. What are we getting ourselves into? I hold my breath, hoping she won't be the one to open the door. Fortunately, it's Julian. That's who I want to see. At least that's what I tell myself. Erica, exactly what are you doing here? It's about the BRS. I want your help. What's wrong? Nothing. Well, after we spoke, I assumed that, Are you serious about this? I thought about it. There's only one person in this town who can make sense of what's going on. And that is you, Julian. Julian. What? Is that a thing that you do? You really chose me. Oh, you poor man. His eyes light up. For just a moment, I feel bad about what I'm going to do. Still, I don't know Maddy's plan, but I doubt it'll end well for Julian. And then I remember what he did and what he's been doing to this town for at least 6 months. Of course I chose you. I want to talk to you about what we do next, but let's do it out here. I don't want your sister listening in. I understand, though I hope in time you will come to trust her as well. Oof, okay, yeah. Absolutely. She's lying to him.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Let's go talk by the driveway. Close the door. He does. He steps forward. I lead him away from the mansion. He follows me almost as if he's entranced in his own way. Maddy was right. He's clearly intrigued by me. And she's right about one more thing. I am a perfect distraction. I see Maddy creep out of the shadows, and I know I have to keep up the act just a little longer. To be honest, Julian, I've wanted to work closer with you for a long time. Oh, you have? Well, I must admit that I barely even see it happen. Maddy moves faster than I expected. In an instant, she plunges something deep into Julian's neck.
Take this, you blood-sucking monster.
And then I see what she's holding. It isn't a knife or a razor. It is a hypodermic needle. With an almost sadistic grin, Maddy pushes in the plunger on the needle. Julian tries to respond, thrashing about, but almost immediately his muscles go limp. Maddy, what the shit? What did you just do to him?
I did to him what he did to me, or the best I could do in response.
Is that heroin?
It's what he planted on me to make me think I fell off the wagon.
You kept it?
I didn't use it, well, not until now, and this was for a good purpose.
Did you think this through? How did you know what would happen when you give a vampire heroin?
I know what it does to me, and look, he doesn't seem so different.
What is happening? It's like my arms weigh so much, but it feels so good. What kind of blood is this? Where do I get more of it?
Erica, don't just stare. Handcuff him to something.
I don't need to be told twice. Maddy's plan was reckless, but she's given us an advantage I never expected. I grab Julian's wrist and put the handcuffs on him. Then I drag him down the hill to the gate flanking the road to the mansion. He barely even fights back as I cuff him to the gate. His eyes roll back into his head, and he slumps down on the ground. How much did you give him?
A lot. He's at least 50 pounds heavier than me, and a vampire.
I kneel down and lightly slap Julian across the face. Stay with me, Jules. What's going on? Funny you'd ask that, because that's my question. Hey, you asked me my question. How strange. But, I just want to sleep right now, so, You don't get to go to sleep. I have too many questions for you. I'll, answer whatever you ask if I can get a little more of your fantastic blood. I had no idea you'd be so delicious. It's not my... You know what? Sure. Fine. What do we get to ask everything in these ones, so we'll start with the tower. Tell me about the towers, Julian. What are they? How did you put them there? Me? Put them there? I have no idea what you're talking about. Maddy, is he still able to lie?
It's heroin, not truth serum.
I told you I'd tell the truth for a little more of this blood, and I am absolutely 100% right now telling you the truth. I don't know where those fucking towers came from. They just rose up out of the ground, and we're all trapped. Fuck! I kind of believe him.
Yeah, I think someone in his family knows, seeing as the vampire dad clearly had more knowledge about the stuff, the scripture, and so on. And it also is weirdly convenient that the transformation of the church eliminates the crosses, which would be a thing that are bad for vampires. So I bet somebody knows, but not Julian. It's convenient to have Julian in charge, or think he's in charge.
Right.
Because he doesn't really have control, but he thinks he does.
And that's vital.
Yeah.
So do we think it's like Charlotte then?
Maybe. I don't know.
Charlotte's web of lies.
Charlotte feels so frivolous that she'd just be fine to just hang around and kill people for fun.
Does she? Or is that what she puts on? Is that what she projects?
I don't think she projects that she just wants to kill people for fun.
Oh no, but I mean, like, does she project the frivolity of it? Does she want people to believe she's that frivolous so they don't look into things more like, do we suspect it's only Vampire Dad who has all the answers?
I don't know.
If you don't know who Vampire Dad is, watch the last route, I guess. They just rose out of the ground and we were all trapped. I mean, I guess my family could have had something to do with them, but I certainly don't know. Your family? Well, if we've never seen them before, I bet they're down there I bet they've been down there a long time. So he's talking about the mine shafts.
Mm-hmm.
So he thinks there could be other family that they don't know about living in the...
Is that what he said? I thought he was referring to the towers. We've never seen the towers
Oh, they've
before.
never seen it. But they've been down there a long time. You expect me to believe that you don't remember when they were put there? It'd have to have been before I can remember. I mean, probably before I was even born. Surely you've been alive a long time. You are a vampire after all. No, I haven't. I'm not any older than, look, I don't know how long I've been a vampire, okay? What?
You're definitely lying now.
No, I'm not. What? No, you're lying. All I can see is both of you. I know I put you two together for a reason. You look like you'd, fit just right, and, that's something I'd like to see.
Shut up, vampire.
Explain yourself. Tell me how you can't even remember how long you've been a vampire. I can't, okay? Just ask about anything else. My head, it's swimming. Let's ask about the letter. You're going to tell me about the letter that we found at the cabin that was sent to Jessica and Gary. Oh, that letter? So you admit there are multiple letters? Of course there are multiple letters. We have a mailman for a reason.
Shut up. You know what we're talking about.
Do I? I'm not sure. Oh, you two make quite the pair. I should have seen this one coming. What is this? Good cop, bad cop? Oh, which one's which?
I'm the bad cop.
Not so fast. I'm probably better at being the bad cop.
You can be the bad cop next time, but not with Julian Bataille.
Oh, this is cute. But can we get to the point? The point, please.
Julian, you
specifically the point with more blood at it, please.
Julian, you made me plant that letter in the cabin to try and trick Erica, didn't you?
Oh yeah, I totally did that. That absolutely 100% on me. Wait, so you just admit it like that? There is no Bataille Repatriation Society? There's no way out? Then where the hell are Jessica and Gary? Was the letter real? What is real? Are the towers real? Are vampires real? Focus. Wait, why would you be... Are vampire... That's such a weird question to ask. He can't remember how long he's been a vampire for. Is somehow being a vampire related to the contingency?
Maybe.
And just like the whole back history of that was also written in?
That could be.
Focus. Julian, focus. I'm asking about the letter from the Bataille Repatriation Society. If you learn anything about the society, though, I'd love to know about it too, alright? So you didn't make them up? Oh, they're very real, but they won't answer any of our questions. Have you considered that perhaps I wanted you to investigate them?
No, first off, I don't believe you. Second off, Erica's detective skills got you right where you are right now.
I don't know about you, but I feel pretty good where I'm at right now. You ever just lay down? It's kind of great. Sometimes just like, yeah, that's grass. There's a cricket in my hair. Hey, buddy. Anything else you want to know? What are vampires weak to? I have no idea what you're talking about. The garlic, the crucifix. Really? You think we care about any of that? I love garlic. And the crucifix, didn't we invite you to church? It wasn't the normal kind of church. Listen, I have no idea what you're talking about. So what is it? What makes you weak? What makes us weak is that we're still flesh and blood, my dude. Maybe we shouldn't be. I don't know. I'm still not sure how any of this works. How what works? I can eat, but do I have to eat? Like, I have to drink blood, but do I have to drink blood? Right? Like, I could drink it. Apparently, I can get high. Definitely confirming that one. There has to be something. Then there has to be a way to hurt you. I mean, my feelings are pretty hurt right now. Silver, I think?
Isn't that werewolves?
Listen, I just told you that I don't understand it, okay? Ever since this all happened, ever since the contingency, my silver cufflinks, it's like an allergy. See, he had silver cufflinks before the If he was really a vampire before the contingency started, he wouldn't have had silver cufflinks.
Holy shit.
Holy fuck!
Holy shit.
Okay, hold on.
Already getting way more...
This game, I really gotta hand it this game. This game has so much more depth than I expected. From the first, from the first episode or two of it.
Mystery brain, activate!
Okay, so that means that also them becoming vampire. So it's not just that, like, it's a vampire town, right? It's only ever been a vampire town since the contingency happened. Either that or at least Julian, at least the length of time some of them have been vampires becomes suspect. Vampire Dad seems to have been a vampire for a very long time.
Given that he knows things about the scripture and
right, and if we trust Liam's assessment of what it means to be a vampire, then he has to have been a vampire a long time to be in that state.
Yep.
So it's not like, but Julian only seems to have become a vampire afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay. Fascinating. Suddenly, I'm like way more sympathetic to you. I mean, like I'm not, I'm more than you got a couple points, bro. It's like an allergy.
This is also a good order, I think, to play the roots in, because we got the whole vengeance splatter flick against the vampires first time.
Yep.
And now we're coming in with Maddy, who also wants vengeance, and finding that actually Julian has a lot less control over the situation than we think.
Right, which also makes sense why one might conceivably want to do Julian route.
Yeah.
Right.
Clipping it for posterity, one might potentially want to do Julian.
Stop this! Listen, when you have to say like 5 to 6 hours of things a week, you say some things that you're not always proud of, all right? What else do you want? Can I have some more of that blood now? Listen, I am so thirsty right now. You have no idea.
No, I think you've had enough.
But
you're going to have to sleep this one off.
I don't know if I'm reading too much into it, but I think you can hear her repeating words that have been said to her. Julian starts to stand up and Maddy grabs my hand.
We should probably run now. He's going to be slow, but I don't know how long it'll last.
And just like that, we sprint away from the fading, cuffed Julian Bataille. Then in a few minutes, we're far enough away from the mansion that we don't even see him.
That was fun.
He's gonna be furious with us, isn't he?
He was already going to be furious with us. Now we know more about him.
I hope you're right.
What's next?
Back to my house. I need a drink. And I need to get ready for what's gonna come our way after Charlotte finds out about this. Good thing we have a blacksmith.
Both Charlotte and Julian separately insist the BRS is real, even though both of them have faked letters. What if both of them are what if both of them have separately faked things and aren't aware of it and think it's real because the other one's doing it? And keeping secrets?
That what you got? I still don't know. Like, he said that he gave that letter to Maddy to plant, but did he get the letter from Charlotte first?
He didn't say anything about that. And
yeah,
he suggested maybe I wanted you to investigate the BRS.
So, okay. So maybe, but then that wouldn't work because then, like, who started it?
Exactly.
Because if they started it, then one of them would know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
So it's probably real then.
It must be, or they have a reason to believe it's real. Something that they can't explain about it. Maybe it's in one of the books somewhere that we don't know about. Maybe it's something Vampire Dad mentioned at some point.
Wow, I can't believe we did it. We got him to talk. We controlled him.
Well, though, then again, there's one vampire we haven't brought up in this conversation yet.
Liam?
Yeah. What if Liam knows something about it? We've seen him very interested in the towers, but like... No. Because if he knew, I don't think he'd express that kind of, like, genuine interest in this... whatever. Anyway. And somehow we both escaped with our lives.
Of course we did. I told you I had a plan, and you just needed to trust me. Looks like I was right, eh?
For now, maybe. That was incredibly reckless, though.
We'll have to take some big risks if we ever want to take down those vampires, Erica. This was the first of many.
Verica. No. No, not gonna do that. You still could have told me the plan beforehand. Maybe I could have prepared better questions.
If I had told you I planned to juice Julian with heroin, would you have let me?
Fair point.
That's what I thought. Are you seriously telling me you regret what we did? I don't think we do.
I don't think so. No, I'm shocked. I'm terrified, but I'm glad that we did it. The look on Julian's face while drugged and confused is something I will treasure for the rest of my life. See, even get my little cat grin.
I know, right? It's fucking amazing. Can I have some more of that blood? He probably still has no idea what just happened to him. I just wish I could see his expression when he realizes that I got the better of him. Now that monster knows what it feels like to have your head stirred up like soup in a pot.
Question. If they haven't been vampires, except until the towers went up, at least in Julian's case, do we know that he's actually murdered anyone yet?
That Julian has?
Yeah.
I don't... Didn't he say he said that one person he had killed?
Yes,
by accident or something? Or something?
Back at the end of August route.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think we have reason to believe that now if he's only been a vampire for a few months and doesn't really quite understand.
Yeah.
Huh. Man, so many assumptions we've made that are just blown out of the water. I love it.
If we're lucky, Julian might even get hooked on the drug. I hope he loved it and he chases that feeling into a deep, dark hole.
Wow. Remind me never to get on your bad side.
I don't think you have to worry about that. So, how about a drink to celebrate?
I walk over to the counter and grab a bottle of gin from under the counter. I think it was one I confiscated from a drunk a few weeks ago. Do you ever think about what exactly comes into town on the train every week?
Erica, we just had a major victory. It's not the time for more work.
I just think it's interesting we always get alcohol. But it's beer and liquor with no wine. What do you think that's about?
I don't think on it at all. I was always more of a hard liquor girl.
It's an interesting data point, though, right?
Hey, look at you trying to figure stuff out again. Guess getting a win helps your spirits?
Maddy, I don't mean this as a compliment, but you sound like August. I guess so, yeah. I pour us both a drink and we collapse on my couch.
So, where's Stacy this evening?
I think she has a late shift at the dollar store. Why?
Just curious.
What? Bi-curious? It's always the same brands of liquor, too.
You're still going on about that.
I will not stop going. I don't think it's cheap stuff either, but I really don't know. I never heard of any of the brands before, and it's that way with most of the food. Hardiman's Gin, Yardley Cola, Choco Chunk Cookies. I've never seen any of these in the grocery store. That's bizarre. Right? Because, like, it's something we hadn't thought about yet, but the idea, like, I guess the assumption would have been, like, either it's, it's just some production is continuing to, and life goes on outside the towers, right? And it's just, oh yeah, here's your familiar brand of stuff. Or it's just being made and then given to folks and like at that point, so there's no point in branding it, right? The fact that it's branded and it's brands that no one has heard of
is weird.
That's weird. That is weird.
Assuming indeed no one has heard of it and it's not just an Erica hasn't heard of it.
Right. She isn't from around here, right? She's so she might not. It might.
Except Little Debbie's. That's the only one I recognize.
Okay, so there is a recognizable brand in there, but it also makes sense because Maddy spent most of her time out of town as well. So maybe that's not one that. That's right. We still have Little Debbie.
Thank the Lord I didn't lose strap cakes on top of everything else.
This all has to mean something, right? Has to be a reason that we're getting strange European brands or something, but Little Debbie makes it through?
That's what I'm talking about. Curious Erica is back.
Kierica. No, that one's not going to work. I'm sorry.
Erica, what a great name for a detective.
Maddy, I don't know what it is, but I got a chill down my spine when you said that. Maddy knocks back her drink quickly and smiles at me. Okay, so what they're suggesting then is that they're like specific foreign brands. Not that they're just, made up out of the blue, but that they are still brands that exist, just ones that people wouldn't be familiar with. Except for Little Debbie cakes, which makes it seem more like it's tailored to someone's specific taste.
Maybe.
Right? That makes it seem less like they were chosen out of convenience or at random, and more like they were chosen because someone went down a list and said, I want this variety of this variety of this variety of this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I can't find anything about Yardley Cola or Hardiman's Gin or anything as opposed to Little Debbie.
So maybe...
But it's also very possible that they are just an actually existing brand elsewhere in story, and they just picked a name that is not copyright infringing.
Right. Yeah, exactly. So we should be wary about both interpretations of that until we get some more evidence. Curious, Erica?
It's just something I noticed about you. You seem to flip a lot between two different personalities. I call them Curious Erica and Stubborn Erica.
You gave my moods names?
Yeah, sorry, but sometimes it's like you're two different people. You aren't two different people, are you?
No. We were supposed to say it at the same time. I was giving you the cue. No, there's not two of us.
Because if there were, that would be fine. I would be okay with that.
What? Oh, okay.
Like a sandwich.
A sandwich of... Wait, what? Wait, what? I feel like we're having two different conversations.
Stubborn Erica mopes around and acts like we can't fix anything. She likes to take over whenever I mention the towers or sometimes the Batailles, just like the narrator mentioned last arc. But then there's Curious Erica. She investigates. She challenges anyone and everything. She believes that for every question there's an answer.
That is an interesting observation.
That we commented on last arc. That something about those specific things
just makes us aggressively incurious.
Yeah, Erica absolutely does not want anyone looking into anything about the towers, even in ways that don't have to do with her stated goal of keep people from dying from walking across them. She just doesn't want people thinking or talking about them, despite the fact that they are there.
Man. And I kind of chalked that up to like... Initially, I had chalked that up to like what she mentally needs to keep going,
which it could be still.
It could still just be like this is just what she mentally has to do to keep herself putting one foot in front of the other day after day, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. The problem is we're also in a setting where we've established that they like can be kind of like not necessarily glamour stuff, but like people can supernaturally fuck with your head.
Mm-hmm.
One thing can turn into another thing, right? And when you're in a setting like that, you have to start questioning your own motives. Like, is there a reason, like, might there be a reason that Erica has been made to be incurious about these?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a property of them that makes them incurious.
I saw glimpses of curious Erica when we searched for Jessica and Gary. I even saw it when we first went up against Julian. But sometimes the switch flips back. Something changes in you and stubborn Erica returns.
The fact that they're bringing it up in story makes it seem like it might actually be something. Like, if it's just a one scene thing and it's like, oh, we're investigating this part of Erica's character for a little bit. Okay, cool. That's neat. But if it keeps coming up, then it might be an actual thing.
And I know my nicknames are silly, but I have a point, right?
Yes, you have a point. I used to be curious about everything. It was my job, and I loved it. And then the towers rose. I was with a fellow law enforcer. His curiosity got him killed. I watched... Oh, right, because, yeah, the first thing that happens is she watches someone die doing that right in front of her. Someone she had more than, like, just a passing knowledge of. Like, someone she, at least, like, if not cared for, like, at least knew well. I watched his head explode in front of me just because he dared to approach a tower. And then more people died. Civilians, police, I had to verify every one. It took its toll, and eventually I started to think that there was nothing that could be done. And worse, I believed that the price of trying to change anything was death. And I don't want anyone else to die. Maddy's hand finds mine and squeezes gently.
Death doesn't have to be the price. There's always another way, and we can find it together.
Maddy jumps up and runs over to the counter, grabbing the bottle of gin. She pours herself another drink and tops me off.
Anyway, I'm just happy to see a twinkle in your eye again. Now you know there's more to uncover, and you're excited.
Well, I wouldn't use the word excited, but I am curious again. Maddy puts her arm around me, and I suddenly feel my heart beating in my chest. I can't remember the last time I was this close to someone, and so relaxed. She takes another long drink as if to summon her courage, and rests her head on my shoulder again. Aww. So she's the shoulder gremlin in the relationship.
I remember waking up like this a few days ago. It felt nice.
You called me Carrie.
Oh, I was confused. Julian.
I know. Don't worry about it.
She was my girlfriend, you know. The one I had before my parents found out and I had to leave. Things got bad after that. Some of my best memories are with Carrie. It's a compliment, really.
Does she still live here in Bataille?
No, she got out too. Did a lot better than I did, fortunately.
So she's out there, past the towers?
I hope so, but that doesn't matter. I'm here with you.
She leans closer to me and I feel myself moving towards her. I hear the lock turning on the door. My first instinct is absolute terror. Is this Julian? Has he recovered from what we've done and come to destroy us? Doesn't even occur to me that Julian wouldn't have a key.
Oh, hey there, Erica and, Madeline. You wouldn't be committing some sins, would you?
I had been looking down the list and I wanted to try tribadism at least once. She stared.
Well, let me see. Bible. I don't see that one specifically in there, so.
She stares at us. At first it's with surprise, and then it's like she gets daggers in her eyes as she sees how close we are sitting to each other. We immediately pull apart, though I'm not sure either of us wants to.
What are you doing here so late, Miss Gray? Oh, well, we're still working on the case of those missing teens. I see. Don't you want to find them? Of course. Then you understand why we have to work round the clock. You didn't really look like you were working, Madeline.
I feel a strange queasiness. I want to defend her. I want to somehow indicate I was just as responsible for anything Stacy saw, but Maddy puts her hand on my shoulder as if to quiet me. I don't know why, but I let her.
Don't worry, I was just leaving.
No, Maddy, you can stay. It's fine. I return my gaze to Stacy. Maddy might need to stay here while we're working on the case together, Stacy. There was an incident at our house a few days ago, and she's safer here. Stacy looks furious, and suddenly I feel guilty for putting everyone in this position. Maddy removes her hand from my shoulder and shifts awkwardly.
In that case, would it be okay if I used your shower?
Yes, go ahead. Clean towels are in the closet. Once Maddy leaves, Stacy and I glare at each other.
If she's gonna stay under my roof, she needs to abide by God's commandments. Do you understand me?
I don't understand, actually. I'm not a churchgoer, remember?
And I can respect that. I can respect a lot of things. But I won't let my own house turn into an oven of sin.
You ever think about why they call it an oven when you oven the sin, of out, hot, eat the sin?
Every day.
Maddy's a great person. She's helping me on my case, and
She's a drug addict and a homosexual.
an awkward silence follows her outburst. She has been sober for a long time. As for the other thing, I don't understand why that's a problem, but, well, I'll do my best to make sure she doesn't do anything that offends you. Is that all right?
Where will she sleep then?
She can sleep in my room where she won't bother you. Oh, shit.
Fine, but I'm getting the sleeping bag. Make sure one of you uses it.
All right, thanks, Mom. Stacy storms off, and I'm left with a queasy feeling in my stomach. Stacy's right, though. This house does belong to her. That is the one thing, is that it is her house.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, fuck. Like, I don't agree with you. And you're clearly doing it because you're, not. You're clearly bigoted, but like also, it's your home.
I spent $200,000 on this mortgage, and that means here I'm allowed to do a homophobia. I paid for it.
You know what? Yeah, you're right, but I don't have to like it. Also, you paid it off? Wow. Good on you. You know how hard it is to break into the housing market these days when they keep buying stuff up for, like, Airbnb properties? No one actually lives in those places, right? It's fucked up.
No more Airbnbs since the contingency.
You know what? Maybe this is the good timeline. Hold on, call a meeting. I think we found out the good timeline here. But I do care a lot for Maddy. Maddy has faults, but her homosexuality isn't one of them. And I'll be damned if Stacy makes her feel unwelcome because of that. Sleep doesn't come easy to us. We're both scared and excited for what comes next, but it comforts us that we're so close to each other, even if she's on the bed and I'm on the floor next to her in a sleeping bag.
Maddy has her faults, but homosexuality isn't one of them. In fact, she's quite good at that.
It's like, wow, I didn't know it was possible to be this proficient at it, but like, I see the scores in front. I've got the numbers. We have the data on this. Passing grades all around.
Yeah.
I was wondering why they don't just go back to Maddy's place, and because, right, vampires, they've already been invited in.
Yep.
Right, so.
But on top of that, the issue will be that this is Stacy's place, and she can just as easily invite the Batailles that she respects in.
Yep.
So it's not actually as safe as Erica and Maddy might think.
Right, because the moment Julian Bataille shows up at the door, Stacy, and unfortunately, having her position of authority already put kind of in check, right? She's going to be in a position where she feels like, oh, I have to exercise my authority somehow.
Yep.
They don't want me to invite this person in. I'm going to say Julian Bataille can come in and have a meal.
Yep.
I insisted that she take the bed, even though I'm used to it. It felt wrong to make my guests sleep on the floor. Eventually, we drift off to sleep. I don't know how long we're asleep for, but I know we don't sleep through the night. I jolt awake to a horrible noise. I search for my gun under my pillow, but of course it isn't there. The door to the bedroom has been flung open, and light pours in from the hallway. As my eyes adjust, I see a figure in the doorway, but not for long. When she pins me to the ground in my sleeping bag, I know exactly who it is.
We called it.
Yep. How did she get in, though? Oh, right, because...
Yep.
Yeah.
What the fuck did you do to my brother?
I'm paralyzed with fear. I knew this was a possibility, but I didn't see it happening so soon. I don't even know how she got in. I thought she had to be invited. Charlotte, please.
I don't want to hear another word from you. I should kill you right here.
Do you want me to answer your question?
It was one thing for you to snoop around in our business, but it is entirely another to endanger my family like that.
Never told you have very beautiful eyes. You both...
Thank you. I'll still kill you, though.
Okay, that's fine. Just wanted... You both lied to me.
That was our right.
Charlotte raises her hand as if she's going to strike me, and then... a shot rings out. 3 more. Charlotte's body goes stiff and she slumps over on top of me. I push her off and sit up. Maddy is sitting up in my bed, holding my gun.
We have to go. I don't think bullets are going to keep her down for long.
Maddy reaches down and helps me to my feet. My mind is racing and I barely even realize what's going on. Charlotte is lying face down on my bedroom floor. She's bleeding profusely, but I think Maddy's right. Regular bullets probably won't be enough to stop her permanently.
Let's go.
I see we're just like, okay, this one went from 0 to 100 real fast, huh? Maddy leads me into the living room where stunned Stacy is cowering near the couch.
Erica, what's going on?
How did she get in?
What do you mean? She knocked at the door and you let her in? Well, you goddamn idiot. She's a vampire.
We don't have time for this, either of you. We need to get out of here. This house isn't safe anymore. Not for any of us.
I don't understand.
I hear a rustling sound in my bedroom. I can't imagine that Charlotte has the strength to get up just yet, but I don't exactly know what she's capable of. We have to go now. I grab both of their hands and start to run towards the door. Maddy is with me, but Stacy resists. She still doesn't know what's going on.
Where are we going? It's the middle of the night.
Just listen to me, Stacy. Charlotte is hurt. If you stay here, she'll kill you to heal herself. I know that doesn't make any sense to you, but you have to come with us.
Oh, okay.
Just run as fast as you can, and follow me. At least when shit hits the fan, she's like, okay, fine, yeah, okay, I'll do... You're like, at least she's not letting her anger continue to dictate things when she clearly recognizes the danger everyone is in.
Yep. I will let the nearest authority figure tell me what to do as long as that authority figure yells loud enough.
I don't have time to examine all of that just at the moment. Can we like bookmark that for later? Just like put a little dog ear on the page, and we'll step back into that in just a moment. We run through the night, away from Stacy's house and towards the center of town. At first, I don't know where I'm going, and then I do. There's only one place to go. There's only one place I can be sure the vampires can't enter. That's because it's the home of a different monster.
Lamau.
August shows up, he's like, lol. Lamau. We're headed towards the house that gave to August Flynn. As we flee, Stacy lags behind Maddy and I. Part of me wants to leave her behind. I'm furious with her for reasons upon reasons, but I can't find it in myself to abandon her. If nothing else, I don't want Charlotte to capture her. I don't want her to become leverage against me. Because that happened that one time.
Mm-hmm. Where the hell are we going, Erica?
The last place in this town I know they can't enter. We approach August's house. Maddy realizes what's going on.
This is the building we let August have.
He wouldn't have invited any of them in. He's smart.
What's that supposed to mean?
Exactly what you think it means. I knock on the door and he answers quickly. Just like every other night I've met with him since his release, I can tell he's quite intoxicated. He sways in the doorway, uncertain of his own feet.
Erica, to what do I owe the intrusion?
I don't like what I'm about to ask, but we need a place to stay. August's eyes dart from me to Maddy to Stacy.
All of you?
I don't have time to explain. I know Charlotte is right behind us. We slowed her down with some bullets, but she's faster than me. And it's only a matter of time before she catches up. With a heavy shove, I take advantage of August's inebriation to push my way into the house. Which is good, because that will convince him that we're not vampires.
Hey.
Like, that's the one time when you want to enter someone's house without being asked.
Now we better hope he hasn't already invited Charlotte in this
As
round.
we know he will do.
Yeah, he is perfectly
But-
happy to.
I think if he did that, he would also buy it. He did that to suss out her weaknesses.
Mhm.
So if he has done that, that means he's already prepared, that he's already likely prepared a contingency for dealing with her in the future. Right? Because remember when he invited her over, it was to hand her the silver knife that one time.
Mhm. What do you think you're doing? This is my house.
How many times have you told me that property is an invention of the state and the dissolution of the state makes it irrelevant?
Throwing that back at me right now doesn't seem fair.
You must be drunk. You're off your game, bro. Well, you're wrong. It means something else. It means Charlotte can't enter this house unless you invite her in. You haven't invited her in, have you?
No.
Do we believe him? Why the hesitation?
I had to think about it. Besides, why would I invite a vampire into my house?
We're all silent. Maddy looks at Stacy.
So you've gone and done it. You've made the vampires mad. What was it? Garlic in the water supply?
Okay, so he doesn't know yet. Okay, interesting. No, I didn't even consider that.
I did. Ultimately, it seemed impractical.
You know what? I'm glad we still get some contact, August, in this route. You know what I mean?
His reason is that it seemed impractical. Otherwise, he was 100% going.
Oh, absolutely! I absolutely believe he would have tried to do that. Like, it's just a matter of like, where do you get all the garlic from? How do you get all the garlic without them noticing you've taken it? It's just,
how does the water even flow in this town anymore?
It's unclear.
Wait, you've been wanting to fight the Bataille family too? No, I was just curious what would happen.
Focus, August. Focus. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I need your help. He just smiles. You're right. We made them mad. They're after us, and I don't know what that means. I certainly know we'd need somewhere safe for the night. During the day, they should be weaker.
After all this, you come to me for help. I should...
I draw my gun and point it at him. We already shot one monster tonight. I'll shoot another.
Fine. You can have the living room. There's some rice in the pantry if you're hungry. Some rice in the pantry? You know how to boil water, don't you, Madeline? All right. I'm going to go back to bed and promptly go to sleep. I hope I remember that we made this little arrangement when I wake up in the morning.
And if you don't? He just shrugs and then slouches off back towards his bedroom. He shuts the door and I can hear him collapse in his bed.
This is all my fault, isn't it?
Stacy wears an expression of true distress and horror.
You tried to warn me and I didn't believe you. You wanted me to have faith in you and I didn't believe.
No one can blame you for not believing in vampires, Stacy.
No, I should have listened. I should have trusted you. Instead, I assumed you were losing your mind, and then I welcomed that monster into my house.
I guess we've all learned a little something about the value of friendship tonight. Don't be so hard on yourself. Get some sleep, Stacy. We all need to get some sleep now. As if on cue, the door shakes with a mighty thud, and I know exactly what it is. Charlotte has arrived.
Erica, I know you're in there. Let me in.
We don't. There are further knocks, further bangs, scratching, terrible noises that I'll never forget. You know what? If I was a vampire and I knew that was a liability for me, right? And I had all the money in the town, you know what the first thing I would invest in is?
What?
A wrecking ball.
That's such a good loophole.
You're right. I can't enter your home. Doesn't mean I can't knock the whole thing off its fucking foundations. You ever wonder why there aren't any buildings bigger than a story in this town? There are further knocks, further bangs, scratching, terrible noises that I'll never forget. And I worry it'll wake August, but he's either completely unconscious or unwilling or willing to ignore the din. After a few minutes, it's over. I can almost feel her withdraw and pull away from the door. We're safe, at least for the moment. Man, things really went south really fucking fast in Maddy route.
Yeah.
I feel like in August route they didn't start going south until we made decided that we're gonna kill Liam, pump Liam for information and then kill him.
Mm-hmm. Because August is a brilliantly manipulative sociopath. He knows how to fucking do this shit that we're trying to do. Maddy is not. Maddy has not had years of practice being a serial killer.
Maddy has had
her
years of
plan
practice.
one was extremely effective and also with all the subtlety of an atomic bomb. Nothing subtle at all about it.
We're all awake for the rest of the night, even after the noises stop. Stacy settles into a blanket on the floor, and Maddy and I sit on the couch. Stacy turns away from us and lies still, but I doubt she gets much sleep. Every time there's a small sound, she jerks under the blankets. Maddy and I lean against each other. Maybe we doze in and out a few times, but we never sleep deeply. How can any of us sleep when we know there's a vampire outside the door, eager to kill us? We're all just anxiously waiting for the sun to rise. As the first beams of sunlight stream across the couch, Maddy stirs against me.
We haven't heard anything for a while. Do you think she's gone?
How come the entire place is Dutch angled?
Yeah, it's bizarre that they laid the foundation like that for the whole house to always be at a dramatic cinematic angle. Quite inconvenient.
The stuff keeps sliding around. Like all of my belongings are now against the east wall. I don't know, and I don't want to check.
We can't just stay here forever. We have to fight back.
Are you sure about that? Confronting Julian is what put us in this position. I'm sorry, I don't mean to blame you.
I refuse to cower and hide from them forever. They must have a weakness. There must be some way we can gain the upper hand.
Oh.
Okay, I have an...
Oh, I'm sorry, I enabled auto mode. I don't know how I did it. It's a Y button.
You've enabled auto mode.
Oh, I disabled auto mode. Oh, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Okay. This was it, right?
I don't remember.
Okay. We'll start from here.
Okay, I have an idea. I wish it didn't come to this, but I think do it.
Liam. What about Liam?
We recruit him to help us.
Liam killed Princent because Charlotte asked him to.
I know, he's also a vampire. My heart isn't fluttering about this either. But he regretted what he did, right? He regretted it enough to willingly lock himself up. And I bet his siblings didn't want him to do that. Maybe we can turn Liam against Charlotte and Julian. Let's try it.
All right. You know what? I don't like it, but I have to admit that you have a point. Charlotte and Julian pushed him too far when they made him kill Princent. Now he's looking for a way to redeem himself.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Still, it's a big risk that we're taking. Charlotte and Julian are his siblings. Would he really betray them completely?
Only one way to find out.
Still, we need to prepare for the worst case scenario. If Liam can't or won't help us.
Julian said their weakness is silver, right? We need to find some. No, we need to find a lot of it.
I think we have a few silver dishes at home.
The same home Charlotte attacked last night.
Fuck.
Well, it's a start. We'll figure it out, Erica. Together. How about a wooden stake through the heart?
Shut up, Buffy. We both jerk with surprise and turn to see August glaring at us from across the room. His presence also wakes Stacy, who scrambles out of her blanket and looks around in a panic. After a moment, she seems to remember what's going on, but remains unhappy about it.
I'll go make us some breakfast. Good luck navigating that kitchen.
Stacy glares at him as she hurries off. August groans and rubs his head. So, you remember what happened last night?
Bits and pieces. I wish I remembered more. Seems like it was all very exciting.
Charlotte Bataille tried to kill us, and I needed to stay in a house that she wasn't invited into.
Ah, so it wasn't a dream. You should really lay off the alcohol. Don't you judge me. I've been really fucking bored, okay?
I get really bored when it's not my route, all right? I don't know what to do with myself unless I'm around other people. It's a character flaw, all right? I'm allowed one of those.
No, not okay. There's always an excuse to fall back on an addiction. No excuse is worth dreaming your life away.
Oh. Why am I taking over for you?
Oh, and I guess you speak from experience.
Stop it. Both of you. August, what were you saying about a stake through the heart?
It's how to kill a vampire, based on every story I've ever encountered on the subject. And I've done a lot of reading about stakes through hearts for reasons.
Got it. Sure.
As one does.
You know what? Didn't we also... I had a theory at the end of it, because our theory during August Route was like that he might have been a vampire hunter, right? Which is why he was specifically killing the hearts. And I think that might still be on the table for one specific reason. When he during August Route, he comes clean to Erica about being a serial killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Heartbreaker. But I think it's because he really wants Erica to, like, understand what that means to kill another person without any other kind of moral complications to it. It could be that he does only kill vampires, but it's still killing a living person, right? And he doesn't want any... He wants Erica fully corrupted in that way. He doesn't want her to have the out of, we're killing vampires, so it's fine. It's like, no, you're killing people. And that maybe it would come up in another route, because again, him killing specifically by ripping out the heart just seems too specific.
So convenient,
right? Like, so very convenient. Like, I'm. It could just be that it's a compulsion of his, and that's how he feels, what he feels he has to do when he kills the Heartbreaker. But it's too convenient to the setting. Anyway, that is how most vampires were killed in Lost Boys.
You've seen Lost Boys? And sometimes chopping their head off. We should do both, just in case.
Lost Boys also said vampires could fly and that they're weak to garlic. None of that is true. We can't rely on fiction.
It's worth a try, don't you think?
We'd have to beat them in combat first. Listen, August, Maddy, and I already have a plan. So stop daydreaming about stabbing hearts, please.
I can help you. Help us? You look like you're about to throw up. I'm nursing a hangover. Give me a break. I gave you a place to stay last night, didn't I? I can do more. I can help you fight them.
That's objectively true, and we know that he is actually much more capable at that than one would expect. We already have a plan, and right now we just need you to stay out of our way.
Erica, please. I'm losing my mind in this house, in this whole fucking town. I thought you and I were going to investigate the BRS together. I thought we would unravel the mysteries of the universe. But instead you chose that.
He waves dismissively at Maddy. You wanna...
Excuse me?
August? I don't owe you anything. The best thing you can do is not get into trouble and try to enjoy your freedom.
You call this freedom? I can help you, Erica. Just give me a chance. Please, We don't want your help.
August and Maddy glare at each other, tense as coiled springs. They both look so angry, and I'm afraid something violent will happen. I put my hand on Maddy's shoulder, then look at August with imploring eyes. August, you're helping us by letting us stay here. That's all we need from you right now.
Fine, then I'm going back to sleep. Maddy's voice gives me a headache. What?
I squeeze her shoulder, and together we wait for August to walk off. Stacy shuffles in next, looking glum.
Do we really have to stay in this monster's house?
Yes. There are worse monsters out there than August right now.
And we're about to recruit one of them. Well, at the very least, you should eat some breakfast first. I made oatmeal.
Thank you, Stacy. August? Was that low-key homophobia out of August? Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Don't be like this, dude. You're a better person than that, you serial killer, you. Excuse me. We stay on our toes all the way to City Hall. I keep my hand on my gun, and Maddy keeps watch in all directions. The ambush we expect never comes. Charlotte never attacks. I wonder if she's cooled off or just needs to recover during the day. Maybe she isn't even strong enough to take us while the sun is out. The atmosphere in City Hall is unnervingly normal. Mayor Ward is in his office next to the door. I passed Fred on the way to my office where he just delivered the mail. I don't know what I expected, but it wasn't this. I thought I was going to come into work to find a crime scene. I thought Charlotte would have started to enact her vengeance already. Instead, it's like nothing at all had happened. And somehow that's even scarier. True.
Nothing is scarier.
Nothing is scarier. It really is. Because then you start having to think of all the reasons why it's nothing, right? And that just, that's even worse. Maddy and I find Liam where we left him, in his jail cell and getting increasingly more anxious. Erica, it's so good to see you. Are you still looking for a partner? Because I've been thinking about all the ways I could help you, and I really think that,
That boat has sailed, Vamp. I'm her partner now.
Oh, whoa, really? I watch his depression fall back over him like a wet blanket.
But you might still be able to help us.
I motion for Maddy to slow down. Yes, you might be able to help us, if you can convince us you're trustworthy. Of course you can trust me. I would never do anything to hurt you two. We're friends, right? We need more assurances than that if we're going to get you out of here. You're thinking of letting me out? Please let me help you. I'll do anything.
Would you fight Charlotte for us?
Hold up. Would I do what? You heard her. Answer the question. That's what I was afraid of. I turn around, motion to Maddy, and make to leave. Wait. I heave a sigh and then turn back around. Sure. You know, if it was necessary, I would fight Charlotte for you.
That's a start. Would you win?
I don't know. What do you mean by win exactly? I mean, no one has to die, right? Charlotte broke into our house and tried to kill us last night. So you tell me, how far do we need to go to protect ourselves? Shit, why is she so mad at you?
Because we drugged Julian with heroin and got him to confess. We know he fabricated the letter from the BRS.
Why do you look so happy when you say that?
It's like she lights up with an angelic light as she's like, yeah, we drugged Julian.
I pulled off a scheme. Are you kidding? What were you thinking?
Being nice wasn't getting us anywhere.
What did Julian tell you about the BRS then? Well, I know that he and Charlotte had something to do with the letter I found. Still don't know what they did. Either they're working with the BRS or against them. Julian, which... that's one of those sentences that seems like it doesn't say anything, right? Because it's like either X or not X. But it solidifies that they have a definitive relationship in relation to them, which I think is... Julian was a little high when he tried to explain it. I don't even think he has the full story. This is Charlotte's game. He's just playing a major role in it.
Okay, so it did confirm that Charlotte
gave
him the letter. I missed a line then.
You're both dead now. You know that, right? It would be one thing if you did that to Charlotte, but she is very protective of Julian, and that's where you come in. We need your help to stay safe from Charlotte. In exchange, I'll let you free. Will you help us or not? Yes, fine, damn it. Yes, I'll help you. This madness has to stop.
And why should we believe you won't just turn on us as soon as we set you free?
I look at Maddy with some surprise. She winks back at me. What else can I do to convince you?
Good questions.
Yeah, we get to ask all these, so let's start there. What about Princent? Why did you hurt her? I already explained this to you. I did that to protect you from Charlotte, Erica. She was going to kill you unless I got you off her trail. Why didn't you stand up to her instead? Because she's Charlotte, damn it. It's her way or the highway. She doesn't listen to reason. Yeah, okay. So she's definitely the one that's in charge. Yeah. What about Julian, then? Have you ever stood up to him? Well, I mean, he usually follows Charlotte, so it's kind of the same thing. Have you ever defied either of them? When they won't listen to reason and are about to do something awful, have you ever tried to stop them? I try to derail them. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about stopping them. I mean putting an end to their path of destruction. I want to try. I really do. Every time I close my eyes, I still see Terry's chest torn open. It was awful. I wish I fought back before things got to that point. I can't change what happened, but better late than never, right? I've asked you before, but I'll ask you again. Tell me your weaknesses. Tell me everything you know about hurting your kind. Silver burns us. It hurts us like all sorts of metals would hurt you. We don't heal quickly from wounds made by silver. Good. We knew that already, but that shows you're telling the truth. Anything else? We're a lot weaker in the daytime. Sun doesn't burn us, but it makes us tired. It slows us down. If we stay in direct sunlight for too long, we'll collapse and we won't wake up again until nighttime. It's a hell of a hangover when we wake up at 2. Is that it? We do need to be able to breathe air, but lacking it doesn't kill us. At least not how you think of it. If we run out of air, we just kind of inert. As soon as we have air again, we start breathing again, but that does mean you could at least disable one of us by drowning us. That's all I think.
No, there's something we already know that you haven't even mentioned yet.
But what? Oh, we need to be invited to a house before we can enter it. Is that what you mean?
Took you a little too long to mention that, don't you think?
Come on, please give me a break. I'm not used to racking my brain for ways to hurt myself. But if I have to face Julian and Charlotte, I'll pull out every trick in the book, okay?
For all our sakes, I hope you do.
So what you gonna munch on? Once you get out of here, what do you do for food? I've been eating human food, you know that. I also know you've hated every second of it.
Vampires can survive on human food?
Yes, we can eat human food, and doing so helps our bodies become more human. Kind of like, Detroit. That was it. Detroit. I did it for a month once, and I could stand out in sunlight quite comfortably. But Liam, how much have you eaten since yesterday? Anything? And what happens after a month? Do you know any vampires who have lasted longer than that? No. But I just don't know.
What happens to vampires if they eat nothing at all?
It's not pretty.
Ah.
I've seen someone get, well, I suppose the term is feral. That would be vamp, Dad.
Yep.
But listen, the truth is that I just don't know, okay? I don't know enough vampires to give you examples or proof.
Then who did you see go feral?
I mean, I just heard stories about it, that's all. What I can do is assure you that I'm going to do my best to not hurt anyone else. And I definitely won't kill anyone else. So he's still holding back some information.
Yeah.
Interesting. If I really need blood, there's still Kathleen's blood bank, right? Please, Maddy, Erica, I can't apologize enough for what I've already done. And I can't erase it, but from now on, I want to do better. I want the killing to stop, and I'm so tired of being Julian and Charlotte's tool. Let me help you stop them, all right? I look at Liam and I believe him. Maybe this is one of his tricks. Maybe he's going to betray us, but I don't think so. Here, Maddy, take this. I hand her my gun. She shot one vampire with it, so I trust her to do it again if need be. Then I grab the keys and start to unlock the door.
Wait, there's still one more thing you're not telling us. I can tell.
I pause and look at Liam expectantly. He heaves a big sigh. Well, one more thing comes to mind. It's the big one. It's how you really kill us. You have to destroy our heart. See? Like, it's specifically destroy the heart.
Mm-hmm.
Destroy the heart. The classic stake through the heart works most of the time, but not because of wood or stakes. Destroy the heart of a vampire and you absolutely kill that vampire. Good. Thank you for telling us that. Satisfied with the information Liam gave us, I cautiously unlock the cell and open the door. It swings open and he steps out, releasing a huge sigh of relief. Thank you, Erica. You won't regret this.
You're really going to help us kill your brother and sister?
Hey. Let's try not to kill anyone, all right? But yes, I will protect you from them until we can figure out what's going on. Under one condition, I want my Jazz Cup hoodie back. Can we swing that, Maddy? Can we give him the hoodie back? It was a pretty good hoodie. Meanwhile, let's go get some fresh fucking air, am I right? I do love the Jazz Cup hoodie so much. God, I want it. Like it's so,
you could have it.
It's awful, but in like a really good way. You know what I mean?
You can get a whole jazz print tracksuit.
I believe it's what the kids might call cringe. So yeah, I think we can trust at least what Liam's stated motivations are here.
But not fully, because we still know he's withholding info.
We know he's withholding it, but I think we can believe him when he says he will protect us, but he doesn't want to kill them.
Yep.
Liam's excitement wanes when the sunlight strikes his bare skin, but as soon as he retreats into the shade, his smile returns. So, what's your plan? My, plan for what?
How do we take down Julian and Charlotte?
I need a little time to think about that, alright? You can't expect me to come up with something right on the spot.
We just pulled you out of jail. Maybe we should put you back in until you give us something
Maddy.
useful.
It's okay, Maddy. I'd rather Liam give us a good plan than a rushed one. I'd probably think better if I had something to drink, honestly. I mean, like, water? Or wine? I'd make do with some wine. Let's go back to August's house, then. We're safest there anyway. So, if Liam prefers wine, as does apparently Julian, they can't be the ones deciding what comes in.
Yeah.
Right? Because we've seen Julian prefer to drink wine when he was when he was with us at the diner. Liam has just said, yeah, I'd prefer wine. Have we ever seen Charlotte drink wine? I mean, they might have a wine cellar. It's a huge fucking mansion.
Yeah, I
so
don't
maybe
know.
they just have their own, but like, that might indicate that Charlotte has a hand in what comes in. Let's go back.
It could just be for the sake of the townsfolk being generally not wine drinkers.
I guess? Maybe?
I don't know.
Let's go. Like, clearly there is some around, but it seems to be like whatever was on hand at the time.
Yep.
Let's go back to August's house then. We're safest there anyway. Did you just say August's house? Yes, we stayed there last night because my house is compromised. And so is Maddy's. Julian or Charlotte have been invited into each. So you're staying with a serial killer?
Don't you even start, Vamp. You replicated a heartbreaker murder step by step. You have no moral high ground.
Ugh. Fine. Lead the way. August is going to be like, no, thank you. I'm not going to invite you in.
This is the route where everybody just crashes at August's house and he's not happy about it.
I didn't know that I agreed to a fucking sleepover. I'm surprised to find August at the door as soon as I knock on it. He looks groomed and alert this time, his hangover no longer detectable.
Erica, I'm glad you're still safe and sound. Any news?
Yes? Liam's here for protection?
Protection, you say?
An edge seems to enter his voice. He turns to glare at Liam, who's lurking in the shadows of the house. That's right. May I come in?
Hey, August, you need to say the words, I think.
A gesture would do, or anything.
Let me get you this straight. Last night you begged me for asylum from a vampire. Now you want me to invite one in. Isn't he supposed to be in jail anyway?
We released him on the condition he help us.
And why the hell would he stay true to his promise now that he's out?
Maybe because I'm a decent person? I also remember how Liam's are the only...
Yeah.
only voice clips that are just immune to the turn off. August and Liam glare at each other long and hard.
I don't know about decency, but Liam can't be trusted, Erica. Of that much I'm sure.
What the hell do you know about anything, Heartbreaker?
Hey, if either of you want to help us right now, you're doing a really shitty job. Can he come in or not, August? Fine, why not?
He opens the door and steps aside, plastering an obscene grin on his face.
I let you in.
The thing is, August knows better. Like, I know he clearly doesn't trust Liam going from his route, but also he knows like when things are moving beyond him, he's like, okay, how can I make the best of this situation? Clearly, being on this team, no matter what, is going to be my best option here, right? So.
On top of that, this gives him an opportunity to just constantly bully Liam by giving him silver cookware and so on.
And he's petty enough to enjoy that.
Yeah. He would absolutely do that for fun.
Maddy and I walk through first. Liam pauses at the threshold, looking uncertain.
What's wrong? Don't you want to get out of the sunlight? I said you could come in, didn't I?
Liam glares, then steps through the door. As soon as he's inside, he groans and clutches his head. What the? August sweeps his foot behind Liam's legs and making him stagger. I watch in a state of shock as August grabs Liam's arm and twists it behind his back. Liam cries out and flails uselessly. Wait, it never even worked on his... No, it worked on Charlotte. So what the fuck?
What worked here?
What the hell are you doing, August?
An experiment.
He yanks Liam's arm again, making him wince.
Normally a vampire could break out of this, right? So he's weak in this circumstance.
Normally a vampire could break out of this, right? Okay, so... You son of a bitch!
But I thought you invited him in. I crossed my fingers.
Wait, what? You can do that? That works? I guess it can tell lying intent somehow? Liam groans and doubles over. This isn't funny, August.
Isn't it, though?
Ugh. Liam pulls his arm free suddenly, yelling all the while. He seems to be in a lot of pain, but too furious to care. He doesn't move with the super speed of a vampire, but he moves fast enough to grab August and slam him against the wall. Stop fucking around.
You first. Is that the strength of a vampire?
I hear a thud before I realize that August punched Liam hard in the stomach. Liam staggers backwards, groaning again.
Look at that, Erica. Vampires aren't so strong after all. I think I'm protection enough from the Batailles, don't you?
He moves towards Liam, crouching as if to strike him again. Instead, August gets slammed against the wall. I do a double take. Oh, fuck yeah. Liam is still on the floor, clutching his head. The person pinning August to the wall is Maddy.
I've had enough of you assholes. This isn't a fucking game. Charlotte and Julian would love to kill us, maybe all of us, so we should probably work together instead of acting like school children. Or we could kick both of your sorry asses because from where I'm standing, Erica and I can do a better job protecting ourselves than either of you.
Maddy sticks her knee up August's crotch and presses.
Fuck. What'll it be, heartbreaker? Fine, you can stay, Liam. No fingers crossed this time.
Liam sighs with relief and releases his head. Are you okay now, Liam? I will be once I stop hearing 1,000 bells clanging in my head. Maddy releases August very slowly. He recovers himself, then slowly turns to face her. They glare daggers at each other. For such a long time, I fear more violence will break out.
Touch my balls again, and I'll break your neck. Not planning on it unless you get in our way again. And if you do,
How did she knee him in a pencil skirt? just
skills.
Apparently did she have to rip like a tear in the side so for better movement? Like, enough. Liam winces, but as the echo of my outburst fades, everyone seems to relax slightly.
Well, that was interesting and exhausting.
You going back to bed?
Who wants a drink on the house?
Even better. Somehow I found myself drinking generously for the second time that week. I'm not sure how it happened, but Liam, Maddy, August, and myself are all drinking. We're already tipsy, and every time a glass gets empty, August refills it.
So, can a vampire really get drunk on alcohol?
Of course he'd be doing this as an experiment. Everything is... if I drink fast enough, I could feel at least a little buzz, so fill her up.
Boy, I wish I had a liver like that.
That can be arranged. August, where are you getting all this alcohol anyway? I thought you said it was too expensive.
I found it. Just got lucky one day and stumbled on an abandoned stash.
Oh. Okay. I'm too drunk to question that answer right now. Are you lying?
Me? Lie? Oh, Erica, how much have you had to drink?
Stacy enters the house, then stops and stares at us. We all freeze and then stare at each other. Hey, I don't believe we met. You want in on this?
Yes, we have. You're Liam Bataille. I'm Stacy.
Well, it's nice to meet you again, Stacy. Want to join us? Her uncertain expression hardens into a frown.
I don't think so. This no longer feels like a place of refuge.
She moves around the room, gathering her things.
I'd rather face one vampire than this lion's den.
Stacy, wait! Get up to move towards Stacy, but Maddy's grip on my arm pulls me back.
Don't bother, Erica. She's already made up her mind about the lot of us. There's no use trying to change it.
Stacy looks at Maddy with surprise. I think there's a shadow of shame in her eyes. Then Then she grits her teeth and turns away.
Don't worry about me. I have God on my side.
Stacy shakes her head and storms out. That was a perfect August chuckle right there. Just like the dismissive, like.
More booze, anyone?
I'm worried about her. If Charlotte returns to our house. I doubt Charlotte would do anything to Stacy. That's not really her style. Unless Stacy posed a threat, which she doesn't. More likely she'd just make her maid or something. She's shown me the plans before.
I'll have some more booze. Thank you, August.
Is this the route where August and Liam get together?
Oh my, looks like I need to get a new bottle.
He drunkenly saunters out, leaving Maddy and I with Liam. He stares at us with a strange twinkle in his eyes. You know, I can't lie, I'm a little jealous, but the two of you are just adorable together. What? Well, what? Don't tell me it's not like that. The chemistry between you two is almost tangible.
Stop it.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that. I love it. Come on, Erica, help me out here. If she won't admit it, will you?
Stop pushing her like that.
I'm surprised by the anger in Maddy's voice. Even though Liam is being obnoxious, I like to think he has a point. I have felt close to Maddy lately. Why is she reacting so viciously? Oh, sorry, geez, I'm just trying to give you the both you nudge you just so clearly need.
I don't need a nudge. She doesn't need a nudge. Neither of us need nudging of any sort, you hear? We're right where we want to be, so keep your nose out of it.
Fine. Sorry I said anything. August returns with a fresh bottle and a curious look on his face.
I missed something amusing, didn't I?
Shit. I'm the first one to hold up my empty glass. Just pour, please. I missed something amusing. Fuck. I don't remember anything after that, not even a little. Now all I know is that my head hurts, my stomach hurts as my eyes open. The sunlight stabs my skull like a knife. I groan and push myself up. I was lying on the middle of the floor. A few feet away, Maddy is in a similar situation. She rubs her head as she staggers to her feet.
Oh, God.
What happened?
We drank way too much alcohol.
Did he come back with, like, something that... Are you sure I don't remember anything after August brought another bottle?
Yeah, that happens sometimes if you drink too much. I'm not proud I know that, but I do. It's happened to me before. Shit, I swore I'd never drink like that again. I really fucked up.
We've had a hard week. She reaches over and helps me get up.
Where is everyone?
Stacy left last night?
Yeah, I remember that, but everyone else kept drinking here, right?
We stagger around the house, searching. After a minute, we meet back in the living room.
August is passed out in his room.
Did you see Liam anywhere?
No, you didn't either?
We both stare at each other a moment. Shit, keep looking. We do another sweep of the house. We even step outside and glance around the exterior, but we meet back in the living room empty-handed. Fuck, he ran off.
Oh no.
She looks at her wrists, then her inner elbows. Then she started inspecting her skin everywhere she can.
What if he bit us? What if he bit us?
In horror, I start to inspect my own arms. What's the last thing you remember?
Like you, I remember August bringing back another bottle. After that, it gets hazy really fast. What if that's when Liam made his move?
You know what it's like to get bitten? Does it feel like that?
I don't know. I definitely feel hungover right now. That has nothing to do with the vampire.
When Julian bit you before, he made it look like you used drugs.
Oh, fuck.
She curls in on herself, shaking.
I can't believe this is happening to me again. How could I have been so stupid? It was my idea to release Liam. Me, the one who should have known better than anyone how easily vampires can manipulate us. This is all my fault. Stupid.
He just went out to grab breakfast for people. Calm down. It's not your fault. I agreed to your plan. It had its merits.
But now we're fucked.
Listen, if he bit us, it would have to leave some mark, right? After Julian drank from you, you had a Band-Aid on your arm.
Yeah, that's true.
So what I'm saying is, let's get naked and inspect every inch of our bodies.
I thought you'd never ask.
What? What? You're acting like that could have been taken some other way. What's going on? Why are we getting red and embarrassed, Maddy? This is important. Come on, chop. Naked. I don't see any bites on you. Do you see any on me?
No, but...
She suddenly blushes beet red. You think he might have bitten us somewhere else?
Well, it's possible, right?
Only one way to find out, I suppose. You know, I love it when the Yuri goggles are right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel my own cheeks heating up, but once we have the courage to meet eyes again, we nod decisively. We'll have to inspect each other. We quickly look away from each other again, then proceed to take off our clothes. Maybe we should do this in the other bed. You know what? No, living room's fine. I aim to be efficient and methodical, but for some reason my hands fumble as I peel off my jacket and unbutton my pants. What is wrong with me? I intend to be polite and not look at her, but my eyes seem to have a mind of their own, and once or twice they wander in her direction. I catch a brief glimpse of the lovely curves of her body, and then realize she's staring at me too. Both of us flinch and return away again. I love how each rut has to have an excuse for people to get naked first. So I'm down to my underwear, I hesitate. Do we really need to take it all off?
We might as well be thorough, right? just to be safe.
I wonder how Maddy knew what I was thinking. Then I realize she's looking at me again. My cheeks are on fire. My hands are clumsier than ever, but somehow I finish up and turn to face her. So, who's on first? What's on second? Come on now, this is easy. I'll inspect you first.
Thank you. Start with my back, I guess.
Your neck? She turns around and I step up to inspect her. I start... Alright, hold on. I start with her neck, the most stereotypical of vampire targets. It looks perfectly clean, healthy, and smooth. My gaze moves down her back from one side to the other. I follow the crevice of her back down along the curves of her hips and around. My heart thuds against my eardrums. I do my best to ignore it as I bring my inspection full circle. I examine each leg, then the slope of her stomach, and at last my eyes trace the contours of her breasts. I forget to breathe as I force my eyes up until my gaze meets hers.
Well?
You're pretty fine.
Just fine.
I mean, you don't have any bites.
All right, glad to hear it. Now it's your turn.
There's a twinkle in her eyes now, and it seems to brighten as I turn a deeper shade of crimson.
Turn around.
I obey, then with bated breath as she inspects me. Wonder if I imagine the sensation of her breath on the small of my back, and then my lower thigh.
And turn again.
I face her. From her crouched position, she slowly rises up, leaning close to me. She pauses at my chest.
Maybe you should...
Her touch tingles as it brushes against my side. Very gently, she slips her fingers between my arms and ribs, then guides my arms upwards.
There we go.
She gently holds my arms aloft as she looks under them. Then around, her hands slip slowly away from the sides to the center, and then fall away.
You're perfect.
No bites?
No bites.
I'm not sure how long we've been standing so close to each other. Her fingers remain against my arm, tickling it slightly. It's a pleasant sensation. We keep moving closer, so close I can feel her breath against my mouth. Maddy closes her eyes. She leans her head back as if inviting me to kiss her.
Yeah.
In August's living room?
Yeah.
While he's in the other room?
Yeah. Fucking go for it.
Maddy loved that. I slowly lower my lips towards hers until they nearly touch. I think she stops breathing. I stay there a long time, paralyzed. I feel her breath again, soft against my face. I feel her warmth charging my skin with electricity. Her eyes stay closed, her body still, as if she's forcing me to make this decision. So I do. I press my lips against hers at first, gently at first, and then harder.
Liam and August are going to walk in simultaneously and just like...
Gay. She gasps against my mouth, then returns the motion, leading towards me. She returns my kiss fully and passionately, and then her hands move around me. A shock seems to go through both of us, and she suddenly pulls away. We both take a moment to catch our breaths.
Well, I guess we're both clear then.
I feel as if she dashed cold water against my face. I step back, my limbs stiff and awkward again. We both turn around, retrieve our clothes, and get dressed again. Afterwards, a long silence hangs between us. I remember how she acted last night when Liam told us we had chemistry together. Why did she suddenly shy away? Maddy.
Listen, just listen.
Okay. I wait for some time before she speaks again.
There's a lot going on right now. Everything is confusing. Let's not rush anything.
Isn't that supposed to be my line? It sounds like something stubborn Erica would say. Sterica, if you will. She laughs, but only for a moment, and then her graveness returns.
I know, I can be reckless. That's why I'm pressing the brakes. It's a good thing you're cautious. It's something I love about working with you. Let's be careful so I don't fuck this up, you understand? I pushed us to release Liam, and now look at us. We might have 3 vampires after us instead of 1.
Maddy and I both jump back as the door opens suddenly. Even though we're clothed, I think we both feel like we got caught with our pants down. He stares back at our shocked faces. Oh. Mostly confused. Good morning?
You bastard.
I literally... What? What did I do? When you weren't here this morning, we thought, oh, well, don't worry anymore. Here I am. Haven't betrayed you. He walks over and hands us an envelope. And I come bearing a gift, if we're staying optimistic. I take the letter with foreboding. Where did you get this? From your doormat.
Wait, you went to Erica's house?
I wanted to make sure Stacy got there safely. Fortunately, she did. And then I saw this on the doorstep and figured I'd pick it up for you.
You were supposed to be protecting us. That's the whole reason we let you free.
Us included Stacy, right? I was worried about her. I thought you'd appreciate the fact I went to check on her.
Something's fishy about this.
I agree. You got us drunk and then ran off, Liam. Hey, I've been locked in prison for a week, all right? I wanted to look around a little.
Fucking lightweight.
We all jump and turn to see August in the kitchen. He waggles his fingers at us, but I can tell by the bags in his eyes that he's hungover.
Morning.
My attention returns to the envelope in my hands. It looks familiar to me.
Is that?
I think it's from the BRS. I don't owe any back taxes, do I? Really? Then it's definitely good I picked it up.
You mean another fake BRS letter? We know that Charlotte wrote the first 2.
See, if they came from Charlotte, then it could have just as easily... Then he could still be working with her, but trying to keep us more, pacified.
Yep.
I was like, oh, look what I found all on my... Yes, but Julian also said the BRS is real.
I'm just worried she's still playing us.
Then again, in the end of the last one, he was fully willing to, rather than die or fight. Rather than die or fight any of them, he was perfectly willing to fight back against them.
Yep.
And kill himself rather than attack a human, so... Me too. Let's just see what it says, all right? With trembling hands, I break open the letter. And I read it. Huh?
Come on, tell us what it says.
Reluctantly, I read it again, this time aloud. Dear Cadet, we received your notice about a selected partner. It seems an odd choice, but that's not part of the test, so we'll move on. Maddy, you can't glare at them through the letter. You can try. We also know you doubt the origin of our letters, but we are very real, and we can provide you safe passage through the towers if you pass our tests. Please observe the page included with this letter as proof of our legitimacy. See, this is a very different letter than the one that with August. They didn't even try to make themselves legitimate.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out the other page and blink at it a few times in disbelief, and then I pass it around the room. It seems to be the page of a fashion magazine printed a month after the contingency.
This definitely didn't come from Bataille. October 2001. I haven't heard of any magazines coming on the train, have you?
Wait, so this takes place in 2001? Oh, okay. I don't know. I thought it was more was that ever said at some point?
I don't know.
Huh. No, I haven't seen anything like this since before the contingency.
Let's keep reading.
Now comes the hard part. In order to prove that you're worthy of freedom, we want you to join Freedom's Dawn. For now, all we ask is that you convince them to let you join their ranks. You will receive further instructions once you accomplish this. Best of luck!
Do I detect a note of sarcasm in that letter, or is it just me?
Isn't Freedom's Dawn a group of paranoid conspiracy theorists? Yes, they're led by Thomas Wagner. Wagner? Wagner, right? Probably.
They also hate your guts.
Maybe the BRS wants you to spy on them. I hope that's the case. If the BRS is somehow allied to Freedom's Dawn, I want nothing to do with them.
Or is this another one of the Bataille's tricks? Either way, that magazine page looks real. I believe it really did come from the outside world, post-contingency.
Interesting, because that says a whole lot. And I believe August when he says he believes it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the kind of thing that he would find legitimately interesting and wouldn't fuck around about.
Yep.
So what does that mean? That means that life to a considerable degree is just continuing on.
Yep.
Fashion magazines and the printing of non-necessary media like that isn't something you do when you're under a state of constant duress.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not something you can do without considerable resources to make it happen. Like the models for the magazines, not just the printing press, but like a state of fashion, right?
Yep.
And people who would consume that. That seems to imply life is just going on as usual.
Sure does.
Wait. Hold on. No, I take it back. Galaxy brain thought.
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy brain thought here. So I used to work at a bookstore that had a huge magazine selection, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is a very peculiarity with magazines.
Mm-hmm.
Magazines are often dated the month after they come out. I don't know. This is a Galaxy Brain thing. I don't know if that's what they're trying to imply here. But if it's only a month after the contingency, you would find a magazine dated October 2001 on the shelves in September 2001.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying here?
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty consistent across the board. Right, like some it changes with more like periodical things with like weekly magazines and stuff like that. But they're always dated like to be the printing beyond what you would expect at that time to make you think it's current. Right,
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to pick up September's issue on September 22nd of the month. Right, mentally you're going to be like, oh, the October one's coming out soon. Why would I pick it up now?
Mm-hmm.
But if you're in September and you see October's issue out, you're going to be like, oh, that's the new one. I'll pick it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mental game, to make sure that people keep buying the product. So, if it's only a single month after the contingency, we cannot trust that means it came. That it was actually printed after the contingency. But that's assuming that like they're aware of that and like have worked that thing intentionally. It could just be the case.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sus. I don't know if I buy it yet. Anyway. August is right. This is too important not to investigate. We still need to learn more about the real BRS one way or another.
I know how to get Freedom Dawn's attention.
We all look at Maddy with surprise.
I hate Freedom Dawn, and they hate me. I would like nothing more than to see them all get on their knees and beg for my mercy. So, I know that they want the same thing from me. They hate me, but they'd love to see someone like me renounce the error of her ways.
Maddy?
Are we investigating this or aren't we? I'm willing to try if you are, Erica.
All right. We'll seek them out, and we'll estimate the difficulty of joining their group. There's no need to jump in head first.
You think I'll do something rash? Me?
Don't know where I got that idea from. She laughs softly, but there's a sadness to her laugh that twists my stomach into a knot.
Don't worry. When it comes to those people, I'll be perfectly cold and calculating.
What should I do? Vibe? I don't really feel like sticking around here with August. Not after what I tried to do to him. No offense or anything. I wish I could say he's harmless, but how about this? Head to the cabin where we found the first note. August knows about it, but I doubt he'll follow you out there.
Accurate?
You sure about that? Charlotte and Julia know about it too. It's the cabin or it's the jail cell, so I guess I'll take the cabin. Good. I'll let you know if we need you again.
You two have fun with Freedom's Dawn.
Thanks, August. Thogust. Oh man, I don't know about you, but I'm already 100% down with Maddy route here.
Yeah, this is great.
This is great. I love the energy that we're bringing in here. This feels a lot less, calculating serial killery and more like a bunch of folks trying to do their best, playing things by the seat of their pants, which I am all about. Anyway, I suppose we'll see you on the next episode. Episode? Maybe? I don't know. I'll workshop it.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.